Hey friends, it's Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa, and welcome to Stencil Sunday. Today we're doing Candy Cane Lane, which is a new stencil from Essential Stencil. Putting it on a 12-inch round board. I'm using Cottage White from Folk Art. And I need to spray my board with some water because I live in a very dry climate, and so my wood is very dry. So I haven't learned all this time. For some reason, I cannot remember to do my edges first. So I am going to have to do my edges now and then fix it up in the front after I put my finger in it, right? So anyway, this is a beautiful white. And because I'm doing Candy Cane Lane, I'm going to use red. And red and white are hard. Even if the white is really dry, you put the red on there and it turns pink. So I'm going to try something, and I think it's going to work. We'll try it. But I'm going to take some dead flat varnish and put that on my white paint first. And I hope it works. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm put that on there, and I'm going to give it a good dry to make sure it's very dry before I put my stencil back down to do that. And so then I've got cranberry from Fusion Mineral Paint, and it takes me a minute because I haven't opened this jar yet. And we're going to use a 5/8" stencil brush, and we're going to paint most of the stencil in the red because the white is the background. That's the in-between lines. So we're going to go ahead and paint most of this. I'm doing getting the paint out of the jug and wiping it off the side of the bottle, and then making sure I offload onto a coffee filter so that I can control what I have. Now I don't do a very good job of controlling. I do have some bleed through, and you'll notice this on the second time that I put the red on. I'm using this cranberry. Is beautiful. It's a little darker than you'd really think of candy canes. However, candy canes are all kinds of colors nowadays, so you could make this in any color you'd like, this little form. So I'm just going to use the red for right now. And then I'm going to use green on the parts that I didn't make red. There's some little like other types of candies and some little balls, and I'm going to make those green, but I'm using medium Hauser green. Hauser green, medium Hauser green, I think that's what it's called. And it's not a bright green, but I like it. It's one of my favorite greens. So I'm going to use that for each one of those. I use a smaller stencil brush. It is from the Stencil Smith, and I really like it. However, I have to be really careful with it because it gives me some bleed through. You notice right there I had bleed through right there on that fan, like whatever it is, candy design. However, I'm not worried about that. Okay, I'm going to take my detail brush, and I'm going to fill in all of the bridges. And the issue with this is that it makes it very much darker in just those spots. So after I get it all done with the bridges, I am going to repaint the letters. And some of the letters aren't very well painted, so it makes sense to do it. But I'm going to put the stencil back down and repaint the Candy Cane Lane. Just that part, and I think I even do the edges around the sides. I think I do all the red again. So it's all the same color. So I'll let you watch that for a little bit.
We're chasing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town. Played it with me under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho.
It was so uneven that I just didn't like it, so I went ahead and put that down there. And we're just going to put another coat on there. However, the coat that I'm putting, I'm being very, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, I didn't offload enough, and I do have some bleed through, so I'm going to have to scrape that off. You'll see me use my X-Acto knife to do that pretty soon. But other than that, it really turns out great, and I enjoy the color of it, and I enjoy the size of it. It's not a huge door round, it's only a 12-inch, and so you can use it in your home and not necessarily on your front door, and it's great. So we'll go to the next spot. See, I have a little bleed through on those ends around the A. Just using my X-Acto knife to get rid of those things. I'd like to thank Mary and Kristi from doing this playlist. It's fun. I enjoy stenciling a lot, and you don't see a lot of stenciling on the YouTube, and so I'm glad to participate in this little collaboration. I appreciate it. So after I pick at that over my bleed through and get it to where I want it to be, I'm going to take a Tombow marker, and this is one of the ones I love to use, and I'm just going to outline. I'm not going to outline the lettering or the candy canes, but I am outlining the edging as well as the candy around the size. And so I think it brings out the design really well. And it's a pretty easy process of going around and putting a little black line around each one of these. It's a great pen. I like the pens. It's a Tombow, Tombow. Okay.
Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing.
I'm sorry, I don't keep it into the frame as often as I should. I need to work on that. It's one of those things that I remember that, oh, the camera is over here and I need to move this over here. And so it's interesting. I had a little red into my blue, my green, and so I fixed that with some over, I painted over some of that green again, and so that I'm going to have a better look and go back and then do the detailing around it. And we're just about done doing that detailing. I do a little sanding of the whole thing, because sometimes that just helps and it makes it really nice and soft. You don't feel the paint lift, that you usually see. I had forgotten to use my detail brush on my candy canes, so let's finish that up and make those candy canes look like candy canes instead of little white things with little red punches in them. It just needs to look a little bit better. You'll notice how much better it looks when I fill in those bridges there on those candy canes. I know this is going a little fast, but you can see everything. It's not too fast. You're able to really notice those things that I'm doing. Okay, so after I get that candy canes done, then I'm going to do a little more cleanup on the bleed through, bleed overs, and making sure that it's really nice. And then I'll sand it down, and we have a great 12-inch door hanger for in your house or outside your house. You could put this outside if you put some, make sure you put some great varnish on it. You could use a dead flat, or you could even use some gloss or some spray. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you again soon. I think we're going to do this Sundays once or twice a month. I'm not sure, but I'll see you the next time we do it, and hopefully you can subscribe, like, or share, and comment on this on my page. I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much, or on my channel. Thank you so much. Sometimes I get really mixed up with the lingo from Facebook and YouTube. They're so much different. Have a great day.